This episode of Boss Rush After Dark is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to learn more about Boss Rush Media's family of podcasts, head on over to bossrushmedia.com or patreon.com/bossrushmedia. Thanks for your continued support.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the Boss Rush Network. It's your boy, LeRon Dawkins, back in the house. I missed you guys. I was gone for a week. Did y'all miss me? Because I sure missed y'all. I really did.
I miss you, LeRon.
Oh, yes. All the feels. Like, I love it. All right, so, hey, Corey, what's up?
Hello, I showed up tonight to, I don't know, whatever we're doing. It's fine.
That's okay, Corey. Stay wonderful, Mr. Corey Derrick. Stay wonderful.
It's too late. I failed.
Pat Klein, how you feeling?
How happy would you be if I stuck my hand in your popcorn bowl?
It's in my lap, so you might want to be careful.
Exactly.
Do it.
It's like those pizza boxes that have the hole cut in the bottom.
All I'm gonna say is don't be greedy.
Jesus Christ.
Get a handful of that good white stuff.
Oh no.
I wouldn't be greedy, just be a little squeezy, that's all.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome to After Dark. I'm Matthew, and I'm going to bring some bullshit tonight.
Exactly. I am so glad that Matt Kill is with us tonight. My favorite person to have on the podcast. Like, dude, welcome back.
Happy to be here.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been like a whole month of Sundays.
Yeah, and those are rare.
Yeah.
Very rare. They happen rarely.
All right, Stephanie's got the night off. Like she's basically in the dark place trying not to murder people.
Yeah, dance party. Sausage party.
What?
I don't know. Don't worry about it.
So
someone play the opening to James Brown's "This Is a Man's World," and it would just be appropriate right now.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I know you don't.
So, fellas, how we doing?
Poor now for the rest of my life. Well, for the next 30 years.
That's what you meant. I got it. Okay. I didn't understand that time when you said that in the chat earlier. No, I do, because I have content.
Yeah, it makes sense now. Knowing what we know. Corey, would you like to share for the After Dark crowd? Because like most of them probably were not around for like the podcast, for the Boss Rush podcast.
What am I sharing?
He hired
Why
agent.
You did a grown person thing.
Oh yeah, we bought a house.
Okay, I guarantee you, like 3/4 of the audience thought you were having another child.
I mean, God no, please no. Seriously, no. Pass.
So when are you inviting us all over to this house party?
Well, probably sometime in March, I guess.
Oh, is that when you're moving?
Yeah. Well, the thing is like the family that currently lives there has not found a house yet, and you are legally allowed to offer them 60 days to stay in the house until, whatever, everything's done.
That's fine, right? Yeah.
And the other thing is like we still have to pay rent here until May.
Well, that way you can make it a slow move.
Yeah. We're just gonna kind of move everything over like piece by piece, and then once all the small stuff is over, we'll get some sort of moving truck to move the big stuff like the beds and the desks and all that stuff. But we bought a house, and it was not cheap, but also it's really awesome. So,
well, congratulations, and looking forward to seeing how much equity you can grow.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Don't invite.
Corey's gonna be living the dream of cutting the grass and cleaning gutters.
Yes, I can't wait to cut. I can't wait to cut grass because I am deathly afraid of lawnmowers. It's like one of
Are you
those.
for real?
Yeah, it's like
Are you
one of
for
those
real?
irrational fears that I have. Like, I don't know, man.
What are you? What makes? What are you
You
afraid of?
watched The
Like
Happening,
losing it?
didn't you?
I watch what?
The Happening, where that guy like turns
Corey
on
doesn't
his
watch. Corey
lawnmower
doesn't
and
watch
then he's
movies. He doesn't.
I've
like
never even
lies
heard of
down
that.
in front of it.
I've never heard of it. So
It's
like,
M Night Shyamalan movie with Marky Mark in it, and it's basically like everyone just starts like committing suicide.
oh, sounds
One of the
awesome.
guys like turns
Sorry, I
on his
missed it.
lawnmower and then he like lies down in front of it as it like rolls over him.
Hmm.
Good
Well,
stuff.
thanks for ruining my night, Pat.
Well,
I'm gonna have
I have
nightmares all
I
night.
do have a. I do have a irrational lawnmower fear, and it's more like maybe you and I have that same fear. Like it's like at any given point the lawnmower is gonna like tip over like the wrong way, and
Mm-hmm.
then blades we wind up going into the blades.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one, right?
Yep. Or like if something's broken and I turn it off and it just magically turns back on and cuts my hand off.
That's me in the garbage disposal. Like
Yeah, I'm afraid of garbage disposals too. Gross. Nope. Got to put the protector thing on top before you spin the thing.
huh.
So
No, that's correct.
and you know what? The crazy part is I have the irrational fear, like to the point where I even go and I flip the breaker for the I go to the garage, flip the circuit breaker for the garbage disposal before I have to do anything that remotely like gets me to like put my hand in it, and I still am squeamish about putting my hand in it when I know it's cold.
I
Huh.
mean, that's fair.
man, yeah, scary. Telling you, watch out.
Final Destination got me fucked up about showers too. I take showers all the time, but Final Destination's got me fucked up about showers.
Yeah, that whole. I mean, even standing under like big signs, you know,
Or just driving
or
behind
opening
it.
windows in a fast moving vehicle like a train or a fast moving car.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that bad, but still, it's like, what are you fucking doing?
Well, it teaches you not to drive behind giant trucks with logs on them.
No kidding.
Like every
Unless you
time I
don't
see
have a
one,
fuck,
I'm just like, damn.
unless you don't have
Gotta
a
get rid of
fucking
these.
choice, because I took a road trip to see my mom in South Carolina, and on the way back home, Google Maps decided to divert me onto like one of those single lane highways, and in rural North Carolina, and everything was all good until a log truck got in front of me on this single lane road, and then I got really apprehensive, and I was like, you know what, I cannot wait for the double lines to get a break in them so I can get around this fucker. And I was stuck behind that guy for like 40 minutes because every time I thought I had an opening to pass him, there was another fucking car coming.
Every time.
Every fucking time.
Like my anxiety was high. Somebody was riding my ass because like I'm trying to stay 500 feet away from the damn vehicle in front of me, and
That's when you pull over, let the guy go in front of you so that he's now the buffer between you and the log truck.
Yeah, log trucks. Although on the news the other day, log truck lost its logs. Just saying, it happens. It's real.
huh?
There was a time I was driving down the highway and there was a truck full of hay, and the bales of hay were falling off the truck. I
Oh
felt like a
God.
stunt driver that day.
Were they falling off at high speed though? Like, I mean, was it like one of those situations where you literally had to like careen around them?
Yeah, like it was on the highway. Like legitimately, we were going 65 miles an hour. Luckily, I started seeing the hay, like the hay, like shift in ways it shouldn't shift. So I like put my foot on the brake to get some distance before the thing started falling down, and then I had to like swerve out of the way.
You're just looking at your passenger going, don't worry, all these years of video games, that pay off.
Pretty much, my video game instinct like kicked in. Like GTA taught me this.
Another irrational fear I have is heights. But it's not. It's really wild because like I can be like roller coasters, like places that take you up high and stuff like that. I'm fine, but ask me to get up on my roof to do something. Mm-mm, no, because in my brain, falling from like the super high places, I know I'm dead. But if you fall off your roof, you know,
You
unless
could
you
survive and just be hurt for
exactly
a
unless you fall the
while.
right way, like you're going to survive. And
Like
depending on how you fall,
superhero
you're going to suffer for a long
landing.
fucking time.
I actually found out that like I'm also kind of scared of heights, but not usually if there's like a floor under me, right? But so over the summer we went to the Great Lakes Science Center, which is like a really cool place to go. But also like it's 3 stories tall and there's a big hole in the middle and the stairs kind of like or the floors kind of wrap around and the escalators go up through the middle and it's all open in the middle.
Mm.
And I for some reason I got like deathly afraid to go up like go near the opening because it was
It's
just
like
like
it's like your skin crawls when you get close to it.
yeah. And then like my daughter kept like looking over the edge and I'm like freaking out that she's gonna fall. Oh my god, dude. I couldn't handle it.
Children are fucking daredevils. Like I swear.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, I'm one of those guys that would look over the edge.
I look over the edge too. But at the same time, like I know, like I respect it.
I'm also afraid of heights, but like I worked at my last job was at trauma center here in Philly, and 10-story hospital, and you could look down inside the building. You could look down like to the cafeteria, which was on the second floor. So I would look from the 10th floor just because I always try and expose myself to something that I'm afraid of in hopes of like not feeling
Getting over it.
fear. And
I thought you
40,
just like exposing yourself on the 10th floor over a cafeteria.
hey, that's not the worst thing that's happened in that hospital. But like I cannot. I'm almost 44 years old, and I still cannot not be afraid, even though like I know I am tethered to the ground I'm tethered to like a solid foundation. With roller coasters, I'm actually less afraid because for some reason, like sitting down or just the logic
Yeah, it doesn't feel as bad.
The logic in my brain says, "Oh, I'm attached to this thing that's attached to the ground, so it's fine." Um, one time, my ex and I went to Europe, and on Air France, we were right in the middle where it was kind of like by the restrooms, like where the front row of this certain section, and so like the restrooms are just like right around the corner, but there are TVs on the wall in front of us that are cameras out the bottom of the plane. And none of the remotes worked for those TVs. So no matter where I looked, I was looking thousands of feet right down.
Oh my god.
And I apologized to my ex. I said, I have to drink myself to sleep. It took me 5 hours on a 7-hour flight to fall asleep.
It's like, oh god, it's like those prank videos. You seen the prank videos where people are walking on a floor and all of a sudden, like because it's like a TV floor, like all of a sudden, like the it shifts and it makes it look like the floor just fell out from under them.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a weird fear, but it's kind of like the fear of heights. But it's like, have you ever just like lied on your back, looked up at the open sky, and just all of a sudden just had this like thought
It's
that
like
you're
you're
gonna
falling.
fall right into the sky?
Yes.
Yeah, I see. That's where it gets me. Is if I cannot see what's beyond, then that freaks me out. Like I can imagine. I've never been in the ocean, but I can imagine that going deep enough and just having literally nothing around you.
That's another irrational fear I have also. This is why I do not get in natural bodies of water. I will wade out into the ocean, but I will wade out until it gets to about like just under chest height, and then I'm turning around and walking back to the shore.
I won't even do
Um,
that. I won't even get in the water.
Yeah,
Nope.
I like the only natural body of water you'll catch me in is a river, and it's got to be really shallow.
Pools exist for a reason. Everybody use them.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And that's my logic too, because like if I get into trouble out in the deep end, I know there's a bottom, and I can at least push myself back up with enough strength.
Mhm.
But in the ocean, yeah, thank you. Or a lake or a pond. Like, come on. I'm not going to be that person that they have to get the dredge the lake because like, oh, he forgot how to fucking swim and he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh.
I can't for the life of me figure out what I think is scarier, being stranded in open space, knowing you're gonna die, or being stranded in the open ocean.
It's the ocean for me. It's something.
Because
It's
like,
something about drowning. It's something about drowning. And I've never.
well, I mean,
I've
just
never.
imagine you like have a scuba suit that has like oxygen in it. Like you're not just castaway or something like that.
Mhm.
You're not you're not Titanic or something like that. You are like in the open ocean, deep enough water. You can breathe for hour and a half or so. I don't know how much. I don't know how long oxygen tanks last, depending on the scuba apparatus. But like your visibility because of the water is super limited.
Yep.
And then what if something just swims up?
Mm-hmm.
And your movement is restricted, and you are clearly in their house, and the food chain just became really active in a way that probably
I
doesn't favor you.
I fucking kid you not. The last time I went to the beach with my boyfriend loves the beach. He grew up in California. He loves the beach. Like he loves it. So at least four times during the summer, like we're at a beach somewhere, and I'm not the best at beaches. Like number one, I'm out there in the damn sun, like there's sand every goddamn where,
I hate to, oh, fuck
like
the beach.
a lot of I don't know if a lot of people pay attention to the ocean smell, but it's not really a clean smell.
No.
Uh, and it might be just something simple as like we're just so homogenized to how swimming pools smell, so that's how we think all water is supposed to smell. And so yeah, so the last time like I was out there, like I said, I will get in the water and like chill. But I was literally out there staying out there in the water and stuff, and like I was getting like acclimated to like the whole like the waves crashing into you and stuff like that, and a fucking crab like crawled across my foot. All right, yeah, but yeah, so just imagine like you're out there in the water, and something crawls over your foot, and you're trying to keep your fucking cool and not just lose your composure. So
No,
like
because that's how I know that Jesus actually walked on water. Something walked across his foot, and he just jumped and ran back to shore.
well,
That's
exactly.
what that was.
For real, yeah. Because yeah. So all I gotta say is like I made an about face and like hustled out of the water, but I did it in a more dignified way. So like the lifeguard would
Short
fuck with me.
back.
There was no trail of pee following after him.
No, it's the ocean. They couldn't tell that.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I do not like fucking around in bodies of water. That are not man made. And when I say are not man made, I don't mean a fucking like a dam or reservoir. People who fucking okay. First of all, like that's don't be swimming in our reservoirs and stuff like that. That's nasty. We drink that water.
Well, you do know it goes through a purification process, right?
I do know that, but still, but still, and the fact that like we have to think like like people have drowned in our reservoirs.
Yeah, there are a lot of dead bodies in reservoirs.
There's also dead fish, dead plant life too.
There's a lot of dead things in the water.
Shit dies in water, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Including my soul. What?
Now Corey's going all Joy Division on us.
Another irrational fear I have is that I'm going to get in a horrific accident riding a bike. Like somebody's not going to pay attention to me.
That's
and,
not irrational.
And I'm going to get mangled up by somebody's car.
You still ride bikes? How old are you?
A bicycle's
It was a joke,
viable.
That's a joke, man. Jeez.
Yeah. But the sad part is though, like this irrational fear has like layers to it because I can kind of imagine like the bodily trauma that I'm going to get, and that's the part that really fucks with me.
Think about that lawsuit money.
If you can live to fucking see it.
Will I be able to enjoy it? I mean, like
most of that'll probably go to his medical bills.
I was about to say like that money is probably going to go to like refurbishing body parts. Like, I'm probably going to need a couple sections of my vertebrae like repaired. I'm probably going to need a whole new pelvis.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on where you get hit, most likely, yeah.
Goodbye skin.
Your body will grow that back. It's fine.
It won't look. It won't look the same.
Scars are sexy. I don't know what to tell you.
Scars are sexy, and you have a couple $1 million.
Look, walk around looking like someone took a cheese grater to my body.
I will say this: you are more likely to have a severely horrible accident on a motorcycle rather than
on a bike.
Yeah, because there's a reason why we in the healthcare profession call them donor cycles.
Call them what? Donor cycles?
Donor cycles. Because
I get it. Yeah.
Most that's of the other thing too. End up being gift of life.
So. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like I am an organ donor, so I feel like when the moment you turn around and become an organ donor, like your risk of death rises by 50%.
No, I've been an organ donor since I was 16. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Now you got to worry about when they take that organ out and then they realize that you're still alive. Like, what are you going to do now?
Well, at that point, it depends on the organ.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can live with a kidney. One.
I'd rather have both my lungs.
True. No. You can live without one of them.
You can live without one of them, but why would you want to have that diminished capacity?
It kind of depends on what your baseline activity is. As far as I understand, not a doctor, just an X-ray tech. But I think
there goes my CrossFit career.
Right? Yeah, you might not be able to do it. Like, definitely cut back on the smoking at that point. Weed, tobacco, meth, all of it.
What about crack?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely crack is whack. Come on.
What about that fentanyl?
If you're smoking fentanyl, I think you might be doing that.
Yeah, I think you're going to the grave pretty fast.
Yeah, smoke. Yeah. Don't smoke
fentanyl. Like, what is that? Is that just?
I mean, I feel like Stephanie should probably correct me if I'm wrong there because she is a pharmacist. I would ask her that question. But I have a feeling you can't smoke fentanyl. And then
watch me.
You can live without your intestines. I believe.
Yeah, I heard like up to a third of your large intestine you're fine
live
with
without your stomach, right?
You can live without your stomach, but your diet severely changes. I believe you can live without. You either have to have your stomach and your an intestine, or both intestines. Like, you can't live without both intestines, as far as I know. Liver, no. That's if that goes, you go.
Our liver's resilient though. Like up to a certain point, it'll grow back.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Like depending on how much trauma to the liver, like it will actually. It's one of the few things in our body that will regenerate itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't go out there fucking up your livers just to see if it's gonna grow back though.
It's okay. I'm fat. My liver's fucked.
Liver,
I got the fatty liver.
Long-lasting liver pathology it's not a good thing to see. I'll just say that.
Those
live with one or both of your testicles gone.
The moral of the story: thrill seek all you want. Motorcycles are stupid. That's all I'm gonna say.
I would like to keep both of my testicles, but if I have to part ways with one, it's no problem. I have no problems getting a vasectomy. So do I actually need these? Do I actually need both the boys?
Bye. Now, if you had to get rid of one, would you get rid of the left or the right?
This might be too much information for you guys, but I'd probably get rid of the right because that one is always giving me some type of grief.
I think I'm with you on that one. I get rid of my right too.
I feel like that's the one that always gets caught up at something.
Yeah, it always falls to where it doesn't need to be. It's like, no, why are you doing that? Fucking righty, Jesus Christ.
Jesus. I mean, besides, as we get older, we have to worry about when we're gonna sit on them.
Oh God, that's a.
God, how low is your sack hanging that you're gonna sit on them?
It's an old man thing. Shoot, it eventually happens.
Just like the lady's titties grow longer, so does the male. That is the male titty.
It's called gravity. That's what it is.
Yep, boys. We're gonna have droopy nuts as we cross into our 70s.
I'm so concerned for all of you.
Corey's acting like he's gonna. He's gonna stay a fresh 35.
When you are in your
I'm 36. I'm gonna be 37 in 2 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks. I don't know.
When you are in your teens and in your 20s, even into your 30s, when you drop your pants, it can be like a "Hey, everybody." But as you get older, it starts to become the "Hello, sir."
Yep.
That's a droopy joke.
One day you're wearing boxer shorts, and all of a sudden they just kind of come down one of the legs.
It's like the fucking paddle balls we used to play with.
Jesus Christ. Who signed me up for this?
Somehow.
What's great is that in my view, Corey's right in the middle of this sandwich here.
Excuse me, sir. That is a manwich. Thank you very much.
For real. For real. One part of the bun has just been on the stove long.
Oh my God.
It's like a marble rye.
God damn it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
We're so fucking immature. This is what happens when there's no women
so
on
he's
the
got
show.
sourdough on one side and pumpernickel on the other. We're just making shit work. I don't know.
That's one spicy sandwich.
Corey's the unseasoned chicken in the
middle. the bread is giving all the flavor.
White people, am I right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's fine.
Oh man, we're definitely getting a strike for racism, sexism, and just sheer vulgarity.
I better start backing up all these files in case I have to start something new. Jesus.
Oh look, Google Chrome just crashed again. This time it's not coming back. Oh no.
You gotta remember Google owns YouTube, so yeah, it's a double whammy.
Instead of the sad robot, it's just going to be why the fuck do you keep inviting Matt onto the show?
Oh man. Corey's gonna step out of his house tomorrow. Someone's just gonna be waiting for him and tap him on the shoulder. I think
I've just created an irrational fear tonight. Corey's irrationally afraid to have me on the show again.
Corey's gonna pick up motorcycle riding.
No, because I'm afraid of motorcycles.
No, that's not. There's nothing irrational about that. It's totally rational.
I don't like the fact that there's no roof over my head to protect me if something happens.
I'm not afraid of motorcycles. Like I want to learn how to ride a motorcycle, but I'm also one of those people that's like I'm never going fast. So where does that leave me?
You can ride a motorcycle, but ride in one of those like circular cages. That way you have a roof over your head and you won't get thrown off.
You mean like a roll bar?
Well, no, like one of those like
from American Gladiators.
Yeah. You like seeing a motorcycle drive on the roof and stuff?
What is happening? What?
I'm trying to save you from your fear of motorcycles.
I don't.
What's happening? Join the circus.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Another irrational fear of mine. And this one's a little. I guess, honestly, like Final Destination kind of like brings out all my irrational fears because like, did y'all see the one with the escalator?
I've never seen a Final Destination.
I can't remember which because they made 6 Final Destination movies, and yes, I saw all 6 of them.
I've only seen one, and that was enough.
I need to watch more horror, but I'm a big baby.
And the only reason why
which one's good what?
The only reason why I watched them is because to like impress a girl, I think. So
I can be a bit of a weenie with horror movies, but it's more like I cannot deal with gore. I can't deal with it. Let's see some things that have gone wrong in Final Destinations. Let me see. There was one where they were at it was I think it was a NASCAR event, and like a crash like caused all sorts of like shit to go wrong. Like vehicle parts are flying, nailing people. This half of the stadium collapsed because like the structure got effed up by one of the cars that hit it and stuff like that. That was one. We all remember the logging truck incident. We all remember that one.
That was number
2. One girl got her face carved up by a LASIK laser.
Yep. The LASIK eye thing and
Yep. A bridge collapsed, and everybody like just died.
Yep. That was another one.
Let me see. Of course, the classic, the plane exploded.
The original,
and they used that 3 times across the entire franchise.
I love how the last one just circles back, and
this last one was a prequel. That it was crazy. The last one was a prequel. What else?
You're thinking you forgot the roller coaster.
Oh, the roller coaster. Okay, the roller coaster one was too outlandish.
How the guy drops the cell phone, and that caused the like when the track like rolls over the cell phone and shorts it out, and
of course everybody's been traumatized about buses. Everybody's been thanks to that movie. Everybody's been traumatized about buses.
For me, it was the acupuncture scene.
Oh my god, yeah.
Where he has the needles on him, and then the table collapses, and the needles like shove and break into him, and that wasn't even the worst part. Like he dies by immolation.
Final Destination definitely brings up some of the brought some of my irrational fears. Like the one at the bridge though gets me sometimes though because like did y'all hear the news where this woman actually like a bridge was out, but because of neglect from the highway department and stuff like that, like the signs were never enforced, so she actually drove and the bridge was out and she died. Did y'all hear about that?
There have been 2 major roadway bridge collapsings in Philly in the past year.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I didn't hear about that one. I heard about ours.
Do you? Oh my god, man! So you just take alternate routes. Like if you know you're going over on an overpass, you just take an alternate route, don't you?
Not necessarily. Most of the time, I'm on public transit, but like the bridge, there was one there. Neither bridges are even near any route of mine that I would take going anywhere, just because the highways that they are attached to are kind of just shit shows, so I just avoid them at all costs. But yeah, I don't remember if there were any casualties as a result of these, but I remember it being just an absolute mess.
Well, well, I guess that's silver lining, I guess.
Yeah.
We had a bridge accident recently in Milwaukee. It was a drawbridge, and unfortunately, someone was an older man who had trouble hearing, was on it when the bridge started going up.
Oh God!
Yep.
Wait. So was there an accident?
He held on for dear life, but eventually he let go and fell.
Oh, so he was actually walking across this drawbridge when it
Yep.
happened. Oh my! So it wasn't like he was driving.
No, he was walking. The bridge was one of those that
Yeah,
both
yeah.
sides come up, and he was holding on to the rail, and he was like a 70-year-old man, and eventually, just let go and plummeted.
And that's the other thing too. Like from that high up, when you hit the water, like it's like hitting the
It's like hitting
ground.
concrete, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I got one more rational fear for you guys, and I'm done. Getting stuck in a walk-in freezer.
That's
Yeah.
oddly specific.
Do you think those have a way to unlock themselves?
They do.
Just
There's a
because that'd
trap.
be common.
There's a trap door, or there's like how on like buses you see exits on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
They have one of those inside the cooler.
I
and
did
the
not know
freezer.
about that.
Yeah.
It still doesn't alleviate my fear.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't alleviate mine either. Because what if the door doesn't open?
Yeah.
What if they change it on the other side? Then you know someone was after you.
You're fucked up, Pat.
Or they were after somebody, you just happened to be there.
Man.
You just wanted a nice cut of chicken, and you just went in, and you didn't realize you were walking in on someone else's plot.
Isn't that how it always happens though? Like the trap, like
Mm-hmm.
like
Yep.
some innocent person is being murdered because the trap was set by someone else for another person.
It's exactly how it works in Hitman.
It's like how we read like how how a woman gets charged for accidentally killing their child because like she was trying to poison her husband.
No, I've not read that one. But
I've lived with a couple of women in my time, so yeah, and they watch killer women, and so we see how sometimes they backfire.
100%.
Or like someone hires a hitman and take out their spouse, and they don't quite give the exact instructions of how this person should look and where it should be, and the wrong person gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
Still gotta pay the hitman though. They did a job.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Anybody
Not
got
that I would
anything?
know.
Anybody got anything to wrap it up with?
No.
I think we kind of covered my irrational fears.
For me, it's being buried alive. Or being
I
trapped.
can Uma Thurman being buried alive. I can get out of that.
Wait, what?
Come on, Kill Bill. You saw how she got herself out of the.
I've never seen Kill Bill.
It was a movie, though, sir.
I don't care.
There was like a scene.
Okay,
in
unless
American
they're
Horror Story.
packing unless they're packing ground on top of you, like if you've been freshly covered over with dirt and stuff like that, your chances of surviving that are pretty good. You can get out of that. If they're packing dirt on top of you, or unless a whole damn dump truck just like drops drops dirt on you, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wet cement, being buried in wet cement sounds scarier than being buried alive. Well, maybe not. You'll probably die quicker.
Welcome back to drowning.
God damn
Don't
it.
die in Louisiana. They will have to cement your grave so that it doesn't come up during flooding season.
That's what they do for us too. Like your casket is put in a cement box and buried.
Wait, where?
In Ohio.
Yeah, it's also Louisiana.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand Louisiana. So like the dead bodies don't wind up in the groundwater. I get that.
Yeah.
But why in Ohio?
I don't know.
Vampires.
I was never that interested in looking, so I never found out. I just know every funeral I've been to, there's been a casket and then a cement
You want
box that you put it
Skyline
into.
Chili to stay dead.
That's down south,
it
sir.
must be deterrent. It must be deterrent for grave robbers or something.
I would like some cheese on my grave. Dude, Skyline Chili, man. So, side tangent. The girl I dated in college worked at Skyline Chili, and I ate it like 3 or 4 days a week, every week for like a year
Oh,
and
God.
a half. And I never want to see that place again.
Now clarify, what is Skyline Chili?
It's a fast food chili restaurant where you get spaghetti noodles, fast food chili, and like an entire bag of cheese on top.
So it's like Wendy's chili over pasta.
Yeah, but worse, probably.
Okay.
Go for some chili.
I mean, I do like chili. I do like cheese. I do like pasta.
Yeah, but
I don't think 1 + 1 + 1 = 3 in that scenario. I feel like that's it.
the staff there was equivalent to either like a White Castle or a Waffle House.
That's lose lose as far as I'm concerned.
You go there for the vibes, basically.
The vibe.
I need a vibe check. Let's get Skyline Chili.
Apparently, there's a White Castle that's fully automated now. Like it's got a cook robot and everything.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Sounds pretty nice to me. Do it.
I find it like as someone who will defend White Castle, because I do like White Castle, but I also understand what White Castle is. Why are we using a robot for that? We could use them for so much better things. This is like, of all the flavors on earth, you chose salty. Like, come on.
All right, fellas. I think we can call it a night on this episode.
Nope. Keep going. Keep it going.
Oh, keep going?
No,
keep
I'm
going?
just kidding. I'm going to die soon. I'm tired.
We all gonna die soon. Every
This
day
hockey
just
season has
gets
gotten
closer.
off to a really interesting flyer.
Did you see that? Did you see over in Europe the hockey player that died?
Yeah.
How? What happened?
He was hit, and then the person I believe this is the way it worked. He was hit. The person who hit him, his skate hit his neck.
Ooh.
Evacuated the arena, and they were unable to save him.
Fucking hell.
The NHL has already started moving to test like net guards, and there are players that have already started adopting it.
That's another irrational fear. That's another
Ice skates. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know that's an irrational fear. That's a fear. That's a real fear.
Yeah.
Who made up ice skating? First of all right. Like, let's put some sharp knives on our feet and go out on the hard ass ice where if we even, trip, we're going to break something, including our faces.
The ice.
God damn.
Yeah, and if you break the ice, there's very little chance of you coming back.
Man, for how smart our species is, people are really stupid.
This is wild. Okay, so ice skating. The first ice skates were made from leg bones of a horse, ox, or deer and were attached to feet with leather straps.
Hey, you know what these leg bones would be great for? Going out on ice.
Gliding around some ice.
It's like the guy who invented glue by melting horse hooves.
According to this, ice skating was probably developed in Scandinavia as early as 1000 BCE.
Jeez.
Scandinavia kind of rules, though. Because, like, Scandinavian culture, Like apart from, I'm not going to speak to like the individual countries because I know very little about that. But like they've exported some really great shit. Like in terms of movies, music. They gave us ABBA, but they also give us some of the best death metal. So and they also there are countries in Scandinavia where there is a fear of elves.
A fear of what?
Elves.
ELVES.
Yeah.
Like Arwen from Lord of the Rings. Like,
What about trolls? Isn't that somewhere over there too?
maybe. I just remember I read like an article. I think it was from the Independent a while
Do they
back.
see elves as like the forest elves, or do they see elves like Santa's elves, little tiny children?
No, I think it's more of the lore version,
God damn.
lore version of elves rather than the happy-go-lucky ones we use at Christmas.
The ones that we use for manual labor?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds great.
Yeah, it's like the Norse mythology elves rather than Santa's elves.
Oh, so the ones that are going to fuck you up, basically. Those
Yeah.
elves.
Yeah.
You desecrated the wrong tree, and you accidentally kicked over a rock formation. You dead.
We're not talking about Santa's slave labor. We're talking about the elves. We're gonna fuck you up all sorts of ways, so you will definitely have an irrational fear.
Man.
Well, one thing I'm not irrationally afraid of is ending the show.
It should be.
I want to go ahead and just say that's it for us tonight. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out and listening to us, whether you're out there in podcast land or whether you're checking us out on YouTube. Before we go, just remember, head over to our show notes. You'll find all the information about like the Boss Rush Network, as well as each one of us hosts, and some other interesting information like how to get onto our Patreon and like continue to support the show, things of that nature. Of course, you can like, share, and subscribe as always, and leave us a review over on the audio side of the podcast. That really helps us out a lot. On behalf of my co-host tonight, I want to say thank you, Matt. As always, it's wonderful to see you.
Likewise,
it's wonderful having you here. And I don't care what anybody says to you. You're pretty fly for a white guy.
Oh, thanks, man.
Wow.
I asked for a 13, but they drew a 31. No.
Give it to me, baby.
All right, everyone. We've had way too much fun. We're going to sign off. You guys have a good night. Come back and join us for another episode of Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the network, where we talk about things that aren't always content appropriate for the other shows on the network. We love you. Have a good night, and don't be afraid of everything. Just some things.
And we're trying too hard, and we're not quite hip, but in our own minds, we are the dopest trip!
Give it to me, baby.
Scariest thing of the night.
I didn't get called in.
If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Deary, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support.